Anna Raimondi. Welcome to this episode of Talking to the Dead in Suburbia. I am so happy to be with you today. I am in collaboration with the Angel Cooperative in Ridgefield, Connecticut, and I am on location in Florida during this today, so I'm very happy. And I'm so happy to welcome my guest, Vinny and Joe, who are the owners of the Crystal Council. The Crystal Council is a wonderful place to go for crystals and wonderful meditation tools and things that can help you connect to the other side. And you guys have a great story. Can you tell me how you got started in this?
Yeah, it was just a hobby of ours at first, and then it kind of shifted when we had a personal tragedy within our lives, and then we kind of started using these stones for the healing purposes and the healing properties, and then we just started delving into the knowledge base of it and realized that some of these stones have been used for thousands of years for all different sorts of healing, all around the world by all different civilizations. And we kind of took that information and ran with it and just dived headfirst into it and kind of wanted to know everything there is to know about crystals, their energy, their healing, their properties, their chakra alignment, and so forth.
Yeah, after losing somebody, we saw that we were looking for knowledge and answers after seeing this side of like the spiritual world, and we saw how people talked about connecting to crystals and learning healing through their journey, and we were so interested in it. But we saw as novices that there was no easy way to learn about crystals.
Yeah.
There was no concise manner. It seemed like there was just all these like old books that you can look to, but no, like, in a sense, one-stop shop where you can trust somebody with the knowledge and the information you're giving them. And that was what turned into the Crystal Council. It was this idea of, hey, we have a problem or we want to learn, so let's help other people with this as well.
Oh, that's wonderful. And so the personal tragedy. So, Joe, you lost your brother, and Vinny, he was your best friend. Do you think he was instrumental in bringing you to crystals for your own healing and maybe to bring it, to the world in some way?
Oh, absolutely. 100% fact. We would not be where we are today without his guidance and his leadership. And it's still continuing strong, even though he's not in the physical sense as he was before. Our motto is we put a little bit of John's love and energy in everything that we do. So it's a huge, huge impact on us, and it's why we are where we are today.
Well, he's so happy about that. What
Absolutely.
I love that you guys sell is you have these boxes that I have given to many people. And they come with something that you write down, a little scroll, and you pick the stones for them. When you do that, do you meditate about the person who you're choosing this stuff for? How do you pick the stones for those boxes? And can you tell us a little bit about those boxes?
Yeah, so we what our like main focus is that we have a subscription box service where every month you get a survey text that are sent to you, and then you fill out that survey and you let us want to know exactly what you want to work on in your life, energetically wise, intention wise, whether it be love, relationships, success. And then we even have a field where you can write to us and let us know anything that's happening in your life, whether it be you lost somebody, let's say you just got a promotion, and then we take those answers and we, in a sense, meditate. We're not sitting in a quiet room alone with your response, but we're in that energetic zone ready to craft your box with the knowledge that we have and the tools that we have at our disposal. We have thousands of different types of rocks that we get exclusively from the miners. So we know all about their energy and we've worked and studied with them. So then when we see your response, we craft your box specifically and we include a scroll addressed to you. And we say, hey, I'm sorry this happened, or I'm so happy that you got this promotion. Here are the stones that we included in your box, and here are the energies that we choose to focus this box around. And then we include a little bit of information. You can learn so much more on our website. And then also inside the box are some meditation tools, other items like that. So we definitely do meditate in our own way when crafting each box and truly use the knowledge that we've studied over years with these crystals.
Yeah, like we say, no box is the same. Every single box is 100% unique and completely personalized.
How has this, attaching yourself to crystals, changed your lives and how you live your lives? Do you live differently now that you are surrounded by these healing crystals?
Absolutely. I mean, we talk about it all the time. It's just the feeling of that higher vibration, like, almost floating through the air, that walking on air energetic feeling every day where, you're uplifted, you're surrounded by these beautiful specimens from Earth, impurities is what they're actually called. And they just harness so much energy within them. And then when we're in our warehouse walking through it, it's just like a breath of fresh air, I guess is the best way to put it.
Well,
Yeah.
for people out there who may not understand or actually have any knowledge of how crystals actually can heal, can you speak to that a bit?
Yeah, we basically started off by saying that each crystal has its own unique energy, but they align to our core chakra system. So we have these 7 chakras in our body, and each crystal resonates with either one or multiple chakras, and those then align with certain energies that you're looking to tap into or attain. So let's say rose quartz, for example, that's a stone that everybody knows. That's a stone that exclusively opens up our heart chakra. So with that comes, love, relationships, self-healing properties. And there's definitely a lot of questions as to how you use the stone in a sense. I got this rock. What do I do with it now? That's always the first question that everyone, and we have always asked ourselves when we first get a stone. And it's all about your personal intentions that you set into it. At the very least, treat this item as a reminder of the energy that you're looking to manifest each day.
Yeah.
That is just like the basic beginning that you could start with. And then you can continue on from there, and you can sit alone in a room and meditate each day with it, even more focusing on that energy and, calling it into the universe. If it's a physical healing stone, you could place it on that physical part of the body that may be afflicted. If it's a cleansing stone like selenite, sorry about that, you can actually, you can place it on your body to cleanse certain chakra areas within you as well.
Yeah, I really like meditating with quartz, clear quartz or selenite.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call it, but the ones that have the points at both ends, so the energy
The
comes in
terminator,
and goes out. What is that called?
the terminations.
Yes,
Some of them,
that's those are really good to meditate with.
yeah.
I know my office has lots of crystals. I'm not the crystal guru, but it has a lot of balancing things in my office, stones in my office, crystals in my office that people always say they feel when they walk in. What
Yeah.
about the name Crystal Council? How did you come up with that name?
It's a good question. We knew how important the name was, and after hours and hours of trying to figure out what it was, we kind of started referring to us as, like these counselor beings. So we always talked about like the Roman Empire had like the council that would like make the decisions and where it would go and how it would go about. And we kind of just like viewed it as, let's have this influential role on these stones and try and pass it along to as many people who would listen to us as possible.
Yeah, in a sense, we feel like we are your spiritual counselors. It's like, in a sense, another word for a guide. We are counseling you on the information that we ourselves have, delved into and learned over all these years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty wonderful. I love the name.
Yeah.
It's like anything with counsel, speak to divinity and the heavens and,
Right.
and learning, because you guys are teachers, you're not only healers, you're the facilitators of healing, but you're also educating people. How can people see, where's your website? What's your website address? How can they see what you have out there and the stones and all of that?
Yes. So our website is thecrystalcouncil.com. And what I like to say to people is first and foremost, we're a subscription box company, we're a curated shop, but we are the largest online database of crystal knowledge in the world where you can search for things very easily. I like to say we're like the Google of crystals because you can search for properties like love crystals, and it'll bring all the list of love crystals. You could search for crystals based on your zodiac, a certain planet that you may want to attune to, sacred numbers, days of the week. I mean, it's a giant kind of web of knowledge and information.
Yeah.
And it's all at thecrystalcouncil.com. And we documented over 300 crystal articles on there. And you can learn about the history, meaning, origin, energetic use, crystal pairings, and then you can even learn about what zodiacs and chakras each crystal attributes itself with. So it's in a way, we want you to get lost. We want you to explore this giant library of knowledge.
Yeah.
And you want to say, hey, you know, I am lacking in, let's say, the heart space. What are some heart chakra crystals? And then you can just browse through our list, and it makes learning easy. That's what our goal is, to make it easy and not confusing.
Yeah. The main mission of us is to bridge the gap. And that's what me and him always, strive and always put that in our forefront, is making sure we can bridge the gap where anyone who one day just wants to decide to learn about crystals, we're there for them with the door wide open, that they could just walk in and have it easily accessible and it be correct information.
So, what would you recommend, since now we're still in the pandemic, what crystal should people have to try to help us get through all of this?
I would recommend 3 crystals. One crystal would be to cleanse your aura, because we're always caught up getting in, whether it be our own negative headspace or others around us. And that would be selenite. That's a great cleansing, protection, clearing stone. Another crystal that I would recommend is Labradorite. It's a beautiful stone that people are instantly attracted to visually, but deeper down energetically, it's a stone of transformation. It's personally my favorite stone that helped me with a lot of anxiety. I know that that's what a lot of people may be facing nowadays right now.
And Labradorite also helps people adjust to change rather quickly, as opposed to naturally, humans don't like change. We don't like being uncomfortable. We don't like new settings, new surroundings. Labradorite is huge for that. And, with COVID and everything, everything's changing. People's lives are changing, their occupation's changing. So it's just emphasis on that Labradorite crystal for sure.
Yeah. And then my third would be celestite, a dreamer stone. It's a great crystal to place by your bedside. I know that a lot of people have issues with sleep due to either stress, anxiety, or past thoughts, anything it may be.
Yeah.
And that celestite's an excellent stone for that.
Well, that's wonderful. I have to get that stone. That's one I don't have. I love my Labradorite. It's such a beautiful stone, and it just vibrates.
Yeah, it really does.
Beautiful. So when people get these crystals, so I get a box of crystals, what do I do with them? How do I cleanse them?
Well, starting off with cleansing, there are multiple ways to cleanse. And right off the bat, we have a post on that on our website on all the different ways to learn, if you want to look on that afterwards, anybody who's listening. But there's multiple ways. The first way would be with any sort of incense like sage, Palo Santo, Nagchampa, some sort of smoke. That's one way. Another way would be in the moonlight. During a full moon would be best, and possibly even in a charging pyramid. We carry those on our shop. They're copper charging pyramids with a mirrored bottom and glass sides, so that it can harness that energy of the pyramid with the crystals inside of it. Another way would be with a water bath, but you do have to be careful because certain stones do dissolve in water. So you kind of have to know which stones are
just
accessible.
be cautious about that one.
Yeah. And another way would be in the sunlight as well.
Yeah, I love to cleanse my stones in the moonlight.
Oh yeah. And selenite. Selenite is a natural cleanser. So if you place any piece of selenite near your stones, it will passively cleanse your stones.
It's been nicknamed the pure white light of Earth. So it's just encapsulated white light.
And if anybody is a Reiki master, or I don't even think you have to be a master, or does energy work, you can also clear it yourself by, doing the symbols over it, or, whatever your modality prescribes for you to do. Yes. So do you guys do anything in person, or everything you do is through the internet?
We honestly try to do as much in person as possible. We recently moved to Las Vegas, so that opened up a large opportunity for us to do a bunch of West Coast festivals. So we've gotten into a bunch of festivals over this past summer and this fall. So we've been doing those. And as of recently, we are at the Las Vegas ballpark at an Enchanted Christmas Festival. It's a month-long festival. There's over 2 million pop-up lights. There's a reindeer maze. They transform the entire field. Yeah, so we have a month-long pop-up shot at the Enchant Festival at the Las Vegas ballpark. If anyone's local or in Southwestern America, you can come and see us.
Well, that's pretty exciting. And you also have a pretty fluid Instagram page and Facebook page.
Yes.
We always
we like
on. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. So do you have people coming to you of all ages? Like, do you have like millennials and people that are older? Do you have like
Yeah.
a mix of everybody coming?
That's what's beautiful about this business is that it speaks to everyone. It speaks to little kids. Last night we were working at the Christmas festival, and there was little like 5, 6 year old kids who are like, "Mom, that's my birthstone, amethyst," and they have their hand in the jar. It speaks to every age, every part of every part of the world. It's something that we all naturally want to connect with.
How long have human beings been working with crystals? Do you know?
Oh
since
man.
since literally the beginning. I mean, there's been some artifacts that have been found of obsidian weapons and arrowheads dating back to 7,500 years ago. Before Egypt, before we even knew there was civilizations, and a lot of these stones are common stones that we still use today. So it's crazy how everything does come full circle.
Yeah, and little do we know, like a lot of our religious, let's say, groups would use crystals. Like in Catholicism, a lot of scriptures were written in certain tablets of that stone. In Muhammad, the Prophet Muhammad wore a pinky ring specifically of carnelian due to its power. So there were very specific things throughout history, and we like buy old ancient books and texts and read about them to really see the influence in that. Energetically, these societies have been using these crystals. We like to say like they're energetic building blocks
Yeah.
for our society to progress as like an entire being in a sense.
To ascend,
Yeah.
raise our own
Well,
vibration.
let's talk about that. How do they help us ascend?
Yeah, I mean, depending on the certain stones that you use, simply placing a stone on your third eye will help just activate it and open it up. You'll be able to see. We like to say you'll be able to see things throughout the day you may not normally pay attention to as much. Something that you might just like walk by and not see the significant meaning, because everything that we're doing has meaning. Everything around us means something to us in that moment. So simply placing like a third eye activation stone on your third eye, a crown activation stone on the top of your head while you're meditating, crisscross. Just there's small, simple ways that you can just open up a little bit more of yourself to receive just a bit more information that can help you grow, can help you ascend, can help you raise your own vibration.
So, what stone would you put on your third eye?
One of my favorite stones for the third eye is iolite. It's a very blue, purplish stone. It's a ancient tablets and scriptures say it activates the violet rays. The violet rays are these beautiful healing rays that helps rejuvenate your physical and spiritual body. Really helps open up and channel and help you ascend and understand what is in like these higher dimensions and these higher frequencies and these higher energies that you can work with, and then eventually learn to ground them and use them throughout each day.
I think it's just interesting that the ancient civilizations of the Palladians, and the Lemurians, I mean, they were all using crystals,
Oh
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
they were tapping into it more than we do
by
nowadays.
far.
It's like we regressed in that
yes,
sense.
We
yes,
totally regress. Like,
Yeah,
what happened? Like, how did we
crazy.
start here and then
mhm,
come down to here? It's pretty
yeah,
wild. And now you have to, like, now you guys are out there teaching people that this stuff works
yeah,
when, civilizations from a very long time ago have used these to heal at a very high level
yeah,
than I think that we can even imagine.
Yeah, they knew a lot more than we do when it comes to tapping in and how we can truly link ourselves to the crystals. Like it was most recently found scientifically that our third eye literally contains micro calcite crystals inside of it.
yeah,
Literally, like we sell calcite crystals, but we literally have them in our third eye. And that was something that these civilizations knew before that,
yeah,
before all this science was able to prove it. And they were able to truly tap into these energies.
yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty wild, right?
yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
I'm very excited that you guys have started this. I can tell you that John is very excited to be working with you and through you, and you're
absolutely.
going bigger and bigger and bigger, and you got a big future ahead. But more important, I think society needs you guys to be teaching it, need you guys to be saying, hey, this works, try this, the stones of we live in a society that is anxious and depressed. You
Mhm.
know, you can use these stones to help ground yourself. So I thank you on behalf of everybody else that you're bringing this knowledge to. So
Thank you.
Thank you
I
so
appreciate it.
much.
We just feel like
Fantastic.
we love
thank
the
you so
librarian
much.
aspect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming on today, and I thank all of you out there for listening in, and I hope you will check out their website, and get some stones, that feel good for you, or get a subscription box and have them choose the stones for you. It's a great Christmas present or birthday present. It's also just great to have these crystals around. Please check out my website at annaraimondi.com. You can always listen to these videos on our SoundCloud or on my YouTube channel. Um, Thank you very much again for being here with me today.
Thank you, Anna, so
Thank you. It was
much.
very nice seeing you.
Absolutely. It's great to see you.